Anonymous mode is a feature that was added some chapters ago into DBD in order to protect the player base. And for all intents and purposes, it is a good thing. But I want to talk about, in this week's video, many of the downsides of anonymous mode and how, in its current state, it's actually a very unhealthy thing for the game. Welcome in, guys. My name is BlueDream47, and today we are talking about anonymous mode. So, one of the biggest things, and my biggest gripe with anonymous mode, is that players who are extremely toxic will use this feature in order to avoid taking accountability for saying some very, very gross things. I have had players in the game tell me to off myself. I've had players, insult appearances, say slurs and things like that in the EGC, using ways to kind of like bypass the in-game anti-profanity thing. And this is really gross. This is really, really gross. The amount of times that I have had this happen is absolutely insane. And I think that a lot of people do this so that they are kind of hiding behind this shield of like, I can say whatever I want to you, and I can look at your profile and I can insult anything that's on your profile, but you can't say anything to me. I think this is really gross. Most other games don't really have like a feature like this that I know of. It makes it especially rough, which is going to help going into the next point. Because you can't see the profile, it makes it much harder for these players to actually be banned. Submitting a report on the website, on the behavior website, is a much faster way to get the devs to see your report and to properly analyze it and ban these players. As well, you can add like clips, you can add photos, things like that, and just things that make it easier for the devs. Because people use anonymous, you cannot view their profile, so you can't submit a proper report on the website because you have no way of identifying the player. And this is, in my opinion, very unhealthy for the game. I know for a fact I've had anonymous mode players say some very disgusting things to me, and I've reported them and nothing came of it. Yeah, I think that something needs to change here for the health of the game, because it's obviously very frustrating when you have somebody hiding behind this system that is meant to protect the player base, right? After all, and I want to make this very clear, I think that anonymous mode is a good thing. It's a very good thing. There are players who are, they don't want to be harassed. They are playing on console. Maybe they can't, make their profile private or whatever, and they're getting messages, or streamers use it. I myself have considered using anonymous mode before. I think anonymous mode is a very good thing. But the ways that people can use this maliciously in-game are also very not good and need to be addressed. So the biggest thing that I think needs to change regarding anonymous mode is make it so that these players can also not see other players' names, cannot pull up other people's profiles, and cannot talk in-game. I think that this is only fair, and this is any time that I have used anonymous mode, I have no desire to interact with any players. I am literally I just want to play the game. I just want to enjoy the game and focus on the game. I don't want to engage with any other players. This is anonymous, right? Like, this is what anonymous means. This is the proper usage of anonymous mode, I feel like, I would like to remain anonymous. I don't want to socialize. I don't want any of the outside player interaction. None of that. So I think that players who use anonymous mode should not only not have access to the EGC, but they shouldn't be able to view profiles. Or at the very least, make it so that players cannot view profiles, but once the game is over, everybody can see profiles and stuff. I think that this is a good thing because, again, it will help people to report players who are using this feature to try and hide and not take accountability for some very nasty things that they say. This is a thing that is meant to help the player base, not harm the player base, and protect people who are a detriment to this game's community. Now, it's especially frustrating when you get into the conversation of hackers, because a lot of hackers, or any time that I've been playing the game and I've suspected somebody of hacking, oh, lo and behold, this player is on anonymous. Even though I have all these suspicions and I have clips of evidence of things in game happening that were like, you know, kind of strange, I can't go to the behavior website to report these players. The only thing that I can do is place an in-game report. When you get into the conversation of hackers, this becomes especially bad because, again, you cannot see the profiles. This is where I think, again, that having it so that everyone can view everyone's profile once the game is finished would be a good thing. Because even if the Steam profile or whatever is private, you can still see the profile and get the Steam ID number for a website report. I think that this would be just a really healthy thing for the game. I do really like anonymous mode. I think it is a good thing. And, you know, anything that helps to protect the player base is an awesome thing. So many people just want to play DBD and not socialize and just focus on the game, and this is a good thing. Players should be encouraged to use this. But again, I think that there's many ways that people have been using this mode in order to avoid taking accountability or hiding their profile for cheating purposes and stuff like that. There's many ways that people are using this maliciously, and I for one am really tired. The amount of times that I will have a player who is on anonymous say some very disgusting things to me is really frustrating. Really frustrating. It's like somebody who's like in their car, in their mom's car after school, and they roll down the window and then they spit spitballs at you and then tell their mom to like drive really fast. You know, it's like, that's what it feels like. It's like, I can see you and I can say whatever I want to you, but you can't say anything to me. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I think that it would be a very healthy thing for the game if anonymous mode were to be changed. What do you guys think, though? Do you think that anonymous mode needs to be changed? Do you think that it's okay where it is? Because I personally don't. I would really like, at the very least, make it so that anonymous players cannot talk in the endgame chat. At the very least, this would really alleviate a lot of things. Like, if you're gonna hide your profile, you can't talk. You can't talk in game. At the very least, I would love to see this. But again, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Just a quick video. And yeah, we'll be back next week with a really awesome one. But thank you guys so much for supporting. Let me know. Let's talk about it. And if you agree with me, maybe submit an email to Behavior to let them know. I have, and I really hope that you do too if you agree with me. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Spread the love, spread the peace, and talk to you later. Peace out.